Alright, let's talk about the bed.
And here's the thing, it'll give us so much extra space in our room to do activities. So much more activities done. So many activities! It's making my head spin how many activities we can do.
Originally, when I was planning this van, I wanted it to be as open as possible. I wanted it to be accessible and you could go straight through it from the back, from the front, from the side.
To the left.
Holy.
Alright, we about to have some spiritual milk.
I didn't want it to feel closed in or like this box that you get inside, you close all the doors and the windows, and then you're hiding inside.
Well, I live in the little blue house on the corner of the street.
Hello?
We got a pizza.
Rubbish! Ah, it's hot and burning! Help me!
I very much wanted it to feel simply like an extension of wherever I was parked, wherever I was staying. So campsites, beaches, mountains, wherever. Because of that, and also because I'm 6 feet tall and the transit is about 6 feet at its widest here, without any insulation or without anything, I decided to put my bed lengthwise. One, because it opens up this hallway type thing here, and also because I'm not sure I even could have fit very comfortably in this space from side to side, given that at the very widest it's just about 6 feet or more, and that's before insulation, before sound deadening, before furring strips, before paneling. So there's about 4 inches probably of space of material on the edges. There's probably a more efficient way to do that, and I could have maybe built my bed there, but this is how I built it.
That looks like what you would buy from a store!
I wanted it to also double as a couch in order to be able to sit on it and work on it, because I spend a lot of time on my laptop working.
Holy shit, you're a nerd.
For me, I need to be able to move from place to place. So I have my desk here, I have the bed or the couch here, and then that's a swivel chair up there. So basically 3 different places within this tiny little space that I can sit to work in order to mix it up. In building this, I had to follow the same pattern as the toilet, which I kind of tried to predict what I would need for a good couch with this toilet, which as it turns out it was 25 inches deep, 16 3/4 tall, and then I wanted an 80-inch long bed since I'm 6 foot and I don't like having my head or my toes fall off.
Can't go to sleep unless I get tucked in.
It's kind of very confusing when you're putting all of this together piece by piece, because you have to think about not only the depth of a couch and where a couch normally hits your legs here, you also have to think of the height of a couch and what's comfortable, but then you also have to think about cushions. So you can't just build the wood to be the correct depth and height. You have to build it slightly smaller in order to understand how a cushion will sit and compress and how that's going to affect the shape of the couch. As it turned out, I think I should have done 3 inches shorter on the desk across from me and 3 inches longer here, because with the cushion, which is still under production, with the cushion in here, you're sitting up a little bit higher and out a little bit more, so it's kind of uncomfortable in comparison to a regular couch. But as I keep reminding myself, this is by no means a regular environment and I should be happy with what I was able to build. So we started with this toilet, which was going to be an extension of the rest of the bed. Then once we finished the toilet, came to the bed, which was a little bit complicated because you have this wheel well under here. So we had to cut that shape out of the back of the wheel well. But basically this is just a big box with a cutout for the shape of the wheel well. And it's divided down the middle in order to have 2 drawers, which increases the structural strength of this unit. Then traditionally you mount drawer slides at the bottom of the drawer to provide the most stability, but because of that wheel well, we had to mount them up at the top. And the way these drawer slides work, they're 500-pound drawer slides from Home Depot, I believe. And the way they work is you mount them first inside the box, then you build your drawer and you mount your drawer on the extensions of those pullouts. I had to have my neighbor help me a lot with this because he has a lot more experience with making sure things are square. And the way drawers work is if things are not perfectly square, if they are leaning a little bit in or a little bit out, the drawer will bind and not close or open. In order to make sure this was structurally sound and also that the slides worked, my neighbor really helped me figure that out. So huge thank you to him. Once the box was built, the drawers were installed. We threw this in here. It's bolted straight through the back of this main plywood piece that has the shape cut out of it into the van through the plus nuts. So there are 3, I believe, plus nuts that this is bolted directly in. I think I got 4-inch bolts in order to be able to go through this. There's a little bit of a gap that I filled with washers, and then also through the paneling and furring strip and then into the plus nut. But awesome to know that it's mounted to the plus nut because 1, I can take it out, and secondly, it's not going anywhere. It's very, very strong. Everything I mounted with plus nuts is incredibly secure. So once it was in here and the drawer slides were working, the next thing was to create this back here. So originally it was 1 piece, and as you can see now it is actually 2 pieces because it just was easier to carry and it didn't make much of a difference as far as how it sits when it's in here. The way it works is you pull these drawers out, which actually have little baby catches in them in order to make sure that they don't open while I'm driving. You pull them out to their full length, and then you stick one of these in each drawer. So this would stick in the drawer I'm sitting on top of, and then this back piece would sit in the second drawer. Then I pull the desk chair out, and it doubles as the final support for the piece in front of the toilet. So throw the cushion off the desk chair, put that desk support right in front of the toilet, and then the back piece of the toilet is real simple, just a piece of plywood, put it right there, and then the mattress will slide out. I'm still working on the mattress, so we're going to throw that in a second, but ideally everything will just come together, hold still, and be structurally sound. So far it seems to be working. It's slightly uncomfortable on the couch due to the shortness of it. It should be 2 or 3 inches longer, but that's a mistake we made. But the bed is actually pretty nice. It turns out to be about 47 inches wide, 8 inches long, so it's big enough for 2 people, but it's plenty big for at least one, and one that is at least 6 feet tall, which is great.
You're a nerd.
So here is the final iteration of the bed. We have this Japanese floor mattress that is just sewn inside a blackout thermal curtain, the same color as the one I used up front, just because upholstery fabric, something really durable, was pretty expensive per yard and we would need a lot. I'm pretty satisfied with it. It kind of works as a couch, it definitely works as a bed, and it opens up a lot of space being able to put it away, and so far, very happy with it. Big thank you to my neighbors for helping me put this together and actually make it structurally sound. I am happy with it so far.